I can't get to the phone right now. Please leave your name and number. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you. Bye.
Please leave your message after the tone.
Hey Blair, we're supposed to be recording a video. Where the fuck are you, man? I'm waiting outside. Answer your phone.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Raw Shooters Club. I'm Blair. If you're new, thank you for joining us. If you've subscribed, we appreciate your support. One of the effects we're going to be discussing today is reverb and how it is used, commonly when people are walking through hallways, tunnels, and things of that nature. The reason this is done is because we want to emphasize these steps and the environment they're within. You're not going to actually hear this as dramatic as you hear it in films when you're walking in real life, so we want to dramatize that. Another common thing you're going to hear is something called the Doppler effect. This is something you actually experience every day, whether you're going to work, whether you're just walking on the sidewalk, and what this is you being a relative observer of a sound source coming towards you and going away from you. Another effect we're going to discuss is a bypass filter and where that's used. It's typically used in phone conversations. Not every one or not every context of hearing one. It's typically going to be a listener's point of view for a message being played back or from their ear's perspective. And what this does, a bandpass filter is actually going to remove the higher frequencies and the lower frequencies of someone's voice. As well, what we add to this is a little bit of saturation and a limiter. What those are going to do is they're kind of going to add the harmonics or extra sound sources or characteristics that you would hear from someone speaking on a phone and leaving you a message, because it isn't a clear representation of their voice. It is a recording, and this is commonly how they're going to achieve that.
I'm still standing outside, bud. You know, we don't live in California over here. It's getting pretty cold. It's November. Pick up the fucking phone! Pick up the fucking phone, Blair!
Today I'm using Ableton Live to do this processing using a favorite plugin of mine called Valhalla. Some of you are going to be using Adobe Premiere, Final Cut Pro, DaVinci Resolve, or something of this sort. Within all of these, you're going to be able to access a reverb, a simple channel EQ, and the things required to do this type of processing. Today you'll be seeing me do this in Ableton Live 10. I do our processing for our short films and other audio editing within this software. There is many facets that you can use, and that is okay. Whatever you're able to access will work. So today I'm going to use a favorite plugin of mine called Valhalla. However, you can do this essentially with any reverb plugin. Typically, you know, again, this is going to be situation dependent what you're actually seeing in the scene. Someone walking in a big long tunnel, you're going to want to have a bigger room, a bit higher of a mix, and a longer decay time. But again, this is going to highly depend on the scene that you're editing. For instance, if you hear a woman walking in heels in a smaller tunnel, you're going to hear this. You hear some water droplets coming down from a tunnel or you know, a cave, you're going to hear something like this. With regards to the Doppler effect, what you're going to take into context is what the subject is that is hearing the sound source or is actually producing the sound. For instance, if a car was passing by me, being the subject, I'm going to hear it pass by, increasing in volume, coming in, its pitch as well, and then once it gets past me, you're going to hear a decrease in volume and pitch at the same time. But on the flip side, if I was approaching a sound source, and I'm the moving object, I'm going to hear that come in from whichever direction I'm walking, and my pace is actually going to control the sound going up and down in pitch. So today, to demonstrate how I would do processing to create the Doppler effect, you're going to first edit the volume of your sound source. You're going to start from a lower volume, of course, because it's coming from further away. You're going to increase that. Once it gets to the subject, you're actually going to start decreasing this. You're going to do this with the panning of the sound source as well. So you're going to either start from left to right or right to left, and this is going to go based on the main subject point and where that peak is. A big reason we apply extra reverb in post or try to dramatize that is because in certain scenes, you're going to want to create feelings, and not everyday experiences, whether it's walking through a tunnel or hearing a water drop from the top of a cliff down to the bottom, is not going to be as dramatic as you see in a film. And you know, sometimes we're trying to create tension or a fearful thought, and you're going to want to add or remove certain things, and that's a big reason why we use reverb. Another effect today we're going to discuss that is commonly used, a very simple technique, is just using a low pass filter. This can create energy, this can take away energy, and today we're using it to create the sense of someone opening a door and coming into a studio, and how you would actually hear that. What you're going to hear are the lower frequencies outside of the room. Once you open that door and enter, everything's going to open up. So what the low pass filter is doing is it's taking away the high frequencies when the door opens, the frequencies open up. So you go from hearing a muffled bass, boom, 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 and then open the door and hearing everything at once in the full context that it's supposed to be heard. Thanks again for tuning in, everyone. We appreciate your support. Hope you found some of these tips helpful, and I was able to get the importance of reverb and the other tips across, how they're used and how you experience some of these things in your everyday life. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and smash that notification bell. We'll see you next week.